Hey guys, welcome back for another video. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be looking at all of our baseball games we have coming up for Friday, July 4th. It is the 4th of July. I hope everyone has a good time. Happy time. Spend it with your family, friends. Make sure that everyone is safe. But what we're going to do today is we're going to go over every single baseball game today. All 15 of our matchups. Every team is playing. And there's a lot of new series kicking off. And guys, we are slowly, but yet quickly, inching our way up to the All-Star break. We are almost at the midway point. We're going to break all these games down. Look at the rosters. Pitching, hitting, try to predict the outcome for every single one of our games today. Who's going to win, who's going to lose, what the final scores might be, and we'll also be taking an in-depth look at our best bets, the money lines, the spreads, the over-unders. If you're a sports fan, if you're a baseball fan, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, do you agree with me, disagree with me, what are your thoughts on all these matchups? Make sure to let me know down below, and I will make sure that I respond to every single comment. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, look down at the pinned comment below, click on that link, you can sign up there, and I would definitely appreciate it. We're going to be going over every game this entire season, every day, every week, and we also do the same thing for football once the football season starts. That's college football as well as the NFL. We do predictions, we do best bets for all the matchups. If you're a sports fan, baseball fan, football fan, doesn't matter. Make sure that you like and subscribe so that you can follow along with us. Let's not waste any more time, though. Let's start looking at these games. And our very first game is a really early one, but it is a holiday, so it makes a lot of sense. On MLB Network at 11:05 p.m., that is so early. The 43-45 Boston Red Sox, fourth place in the AL East, one of the more balanced offenses in baseball. What's kind of been up and down, a little inconsistent, has been their pitching so far this season. They'll be visiting the 36-50 Washington Nationals. Washington right now, not the best record, but it is a younger team. They are actually a very competitive squad here. They don't have a bad offense by any means, but they do give up a lot of runs. That's their weakness. Right now, the Nationals a 44.5% chance to win this game. The Red Sox a 55.5%. Boston, 1.5 run favorites. The over-under here is 8.5. Boston comes in. They are minus 120. Washington is even. This is a very close game, almost practically a 50-50. Right now, that Red Sox offense, they're averaging 4.8 runs a game, hitting 251, 107 home runs. That is top 10 in baseball right now. 73 steals, pretty decent power, pretty decent speed, giving up 4.01 runs per game. And for the Nationals, not a bad offense by any means. 4.4 runs per game, 245 average, 85 home runs, 75 steals. At least they're balanced on offense. But they are giving up 5.07 runs per game. That is over a full run more than Boston right now. Looking at our pitching, Lucas Giolito right now on the mound for the Red Sox. Not the best start to his career, but the last two starts, he has a 2.05 ERA, bringing down his total numbers. 4-1 record, a 3.99 ERA. Things are starting to look on track for him. He is a veteran pitcher. 58.2 innings, 51 strikeouts, only 8 home runs given up. And Michael Soroka right now on the mound for the Nationals. 3-5 record, of 4.7 ERA, 59.1 innings, 64 strikeouts. Give me the Red Sox to win this one on the road to cover the spread, and I'm going to go with the over this game. And our second game today is really setting up to be a good one at 1:05 p.m. The 45-42 Cincinnati Reds. Just think about this. They are 3 games over 500 and they're 4th place in the NL Central. Just shows how deep, how competitive that division is right now. Do not sleep on Cincinnati. Their offense has been up and down this entire season, but they've had very consistent pitching since opening day. They'll be on the road here versus one of the best teams in baseball, the 51-36 Philadelphia Phillies. First place in the NL East. The Phillies, Harper back, one of the better offensive lineups in baseball. Obviously, Trey Turner, Schwarber's just pounding the ball right now. They have Harper fully healthy. He's that missing piece. Where he goes, he can carry this offense with him. But to me, the real thing that stands out about the Phillies is, yes, they're a good team, but their pitching, once they get them fully healthy, in my personal opinion, I do think they have the deepest rotation in baseball when they get them fully healthy, but they're not fully healthy right now. Philadelphia, 49.4% chance to win this game. Cincinnati, a 50.6%. This is truly a 50-50 split with the fans. Pretty much a pick 'em. Right now, the Phillies 1.5 run favorites. 8.5 over under. Philadelphia comes into this game. They're minus 165. Cincinnati's plus 140. Right now, that Reds offense, 4.6 runs a game. 247 average, 94 home runs, pretty decent power. 66 steals, giving up 3.93 runs per game. The Phillies, 4.6 runs a game. These teams basically cancel one another out with their offense. 256 average, 92 home runs, 76 steals, giving up 3.71 runs per game. But this game's all going to be about the pitching, specifically the starting rotation. Andrew Abbott on the mound right now for Cincinnati. Nobody's talking about this guy, but you better start talking about him soon because he's putting up Cy Young caliber numbers so far. 7-1 record, a 1.79 ERA. 80.1 innings, 76 strikeouts, only 9 home runs given up, a sub-2 ERA. We're going to have to remember that name. He's making a name for himself right now for his career, a 3.33 ERA. Those are solid numbers. Jesus Luzardo on the mound for the Phillies, 7-4 record. 4.06 ERA, 95.1 innings, 111 strikeouts. He's a strikeout pitcher. You're going to have good contact to have a chance here. Only 7 home runs given up in 16 games. Those are also solid numbers. I'm going to go with Cincinnati. I'm going to go with the Reds pulling off the upset here. Very close game. I'm going to go with the plus 1.5, and I'm going to go with the over here. And then our next game is an NL Central versus NL Central. We already touched on how deep this division is. All these teams are really good right now. On Apple TV at 2:20 p.m., the 47-41 St. Louis Cardinals. This is a veteran experience squad. Pretty decent lineup. Contreras, Donovan, Arenado. Right now they're third place in the NL Central. They'll be visiting the 51-35 Chicago Cubs. This is not a team you want to be playing right now. Right now the Cubs first place in the division, one of the best offenses in baseball. They can beat you so many ways. They have a great batting average. They have power. They have speed. They also have great pitching to throw on top of that. Right now Chicago a 63% chance to win this game. St. Louis a 37% chance. The Cubs are 1.5 run favorites. The over in here is 9.5. Chicago is minus 155. St. Louis is plus 130. That's St. Louis offense. The Cardinals 4.6 runs a game, 253 average, 87 home runs, 47 steals, a game of 3.94 runs per game. The Cubs putting up these crazy offensive numbers, top 2 overall balance offense, 5.4 runs per game, 257 average, 125 home runs, that is top 5 in baseball, 102 steals, that is top 3 in baseball. Like I said, they have power, they have speed, and they can hit for average. And on top of that, they're only giving up 3.83 runs per game. Looking at our pitching today, Miles Mikolas right now on the mound for St. Louis, 4-5 record, 4.76 ERA, 81.1 innings, 56 strikeouts. And then Colin Reed on the mound for the Cubs, 5-3 record, 4.37 ERA, 78.1 innings, 56 strikeouts. Neither of these teams have bad starting rotations. They're actually pretty good. These are not their best overall starting pitchers. Let's just call it what it is. Both of them have over 4 ERAs. So there's a possibility there could be a lot of runs scored in this game. This game could well be decided by the bullpens. Give me Chicago to pull off the win here to cover the spread, and I'm going to go with the over. And one of the better rivalries in baseball, we have the Subway Series coming up. The New York Yankees, 48-38, first place in the AL East. This is going to be on MLB Network at 3:10 p.m. They'll be visiting their crosstown rivals, the 49-38 New York Mets. The Mets might have had the worst last 2 to 3 weeks in all of baseball. They have been awful, but still, they are still 9 games over 500. They are still competitive. Very talented team, just not playing up to their potential right now. They got to get 1 through 3 on track. Lindor, Soto, Alonso, they got to get them all hitting at the same time, and 4 through 9 really has to step up, but this team has been decimated by pitching injuries. Blackburn was supposed to be starting this game. He's now on the DL, so this could turn into a long reliever game. We don't know who's going to be pitching for the Mets. A lot of unknowns right now. Right now, the Mets, 49.4% chance to win this game. The Yankees, a 50.6%. The Yankees, 1.5 run favorites. Right now, the over-under, 9.5. The Yankees, right now, they are even. The Mets are minus 120. But Vegas is going with the Yankees. I definitely understand why, but this game is going to have very questionable pitching on both sides. New York, a top 10 overall offense. Aaron Judge continues to put up video game numbers, 363 average, 31 home runs, 70 RBIs. He's on pace for just under 60 home runs again this season. 5.1 runs a game for the team. 254 average, 130 home runs. That is good for number 2 in baseball, only trailing the Dodgers. 60 stolen bases, giving up 3.66 runs per game. Really good pitching staff. That's a top 7 overall pitching staff, and that's without Garrett Cole here. The Mets, 4.3 runs a game, and they got to get that number up. With this payroll, they are much better than that. 243 average, 111 home runs, solid power. 66 steals, giving up 3.5 runs per game. Last week, they were giving up 2.9 as a team. That just lets you know how bad the last 2 weeks has been for this team, but still, they have a top 7 overall pitching staff. Looking at the pitching, Marcus Stroman, he's been back. He is injured this entire season. He's been banged up, not having a good season at all. But the Mets don't even know who their starting pitching is. Right now, Marcus Stroman, 1-1 record at 8.16 ERA, 14.1 innings, 8 strikeouts. This could be the game the Mets bats wake up, and it doesn't matter who they roll out. That can carry them. But right now, the Mets bullpen is very depleted. A lot of injuries, and they're going to have to use that bullpen probably to start this game. Too many unknowns. I hate betting on games where you don't know who's going to start the game. Too many variables. We're kind of going into the game blind. But I'm going to go with the Yankees to win this, to cover the spread, and I'm going to go with the under. And at 4:10 p.m., we have an American League versus American League matchup. The 48-39 Tampa Bay Rays. They were one of the hottest teams during the month of June, doing a little bit of everything. Power, speed, pitching. They'll be visiting the 41-45 Minnesota Twins. The Twins have to get as close back to 500 before the All-Star break as possible. This team has a lot of potential. They had an awful April, great May, awful June, but they have the potential there to make a run in their division, but they got to turn things around right now. Right now, Minnesota, 42.8% chance to win this game. Tampa Bay, a 57.2. The Rays are 1.5 run favorites, 9.5 over under Tampa Bay. They are even. Minnesota's minus 120 right now, but really either one of these teams can walk away with this game. The Rays, with that balanced offense, are averaging 4.8 runs a game, hitting .259, one of the best batting averages in baseball. 100 home runs, 113 steals. That is number one in the major leagues right now. This team very aggressive on the base pass. So their goal, every time they have a runner, get that runner in scoring position. And they're only giving up 3.74 runs a game. They have great starting pitching, and they have a great bullpen to back it up. The Twins right now, 4.2 runs a game. Their issue has been their pitching for the last 3 to 4 weeks. Going into June, they were giving up 3.4 runs a game. That has ballooned up to 4.15 in the last month. Right now, they're hitting .239, 96 home runs, 42 steals. Like I said, giving up 4.15 runs per game. Chris Paddock on the mound for Minnesota, 3-7 record, 4.7 ERA, 90 innings, 63 strikeouts. Right now, 87 hits, putting a lot of guys on base here. The Rays have Zach Littell on the mound, 7-7 record, 3.61 ERA, 104.2 innings, 71 strikeouts. The thing, but he's given out 23 home runs. He is one of the most susceptible pitchers in baseball to the long ball here. He's going to have to make sure he has his control on, but at least he knows that he has a bullpen that can back him up. This game's kind of a 50-50, but I'm going to go with the Rays pulling out a very close one, but winning it by 1 run. Rays win, but I'll go with the plus 1.5, and I'm going to go with the under. And at 4:10 p.m., we have the 38-50 Pittsburgh Pirates. This team is well under 500, 12 games under 500 to be exact, but they're actually a pretty competitive team. The reason they are competitive, they have an awful offense, bottom 5 offense, but it is their pitching, a top 7 overall pitching staff. These pitchers, they just need some run support. Give these guys some help, and they could be a very competitive team. They'll be playing the 45-41 Seattle Mariners in Seattle. Right now, Seattle's 67.9% chance to win this game. They are second place in the AL West. The Pirates, a 32.1% chance to win. The Mariners are 1.5 run favorites, 7.5 over under. Make sure to check this line as we get closer to game time. The Pirates right now, with that bottom 5 offense, are averaging 3.5 runs a game, hitting .234, 61 home runs, 75 steals. They're only giving up 3.64 runs per game. That is elite. That is a playoff caliber pitching staff, and they're 12 games under 500. That just shows this offense is lacking, but if they can ever turn it on and just be competitive, just be average, they can be a 500 ball club. The Mariners, one of the more balanced offenses in baseball. 4.6 runs a game, .248 average, 112 home runs, 79 steals. They have power. They have speed. They're giving up 3.90 runs per game. Bailey Falter right now on the mound for the Pirates. He's one of those other pitchers having a great season here for the Pirates. 6-3 record, 3.62 ERA, 87 innings, 52 strikeouts, only 9 home runs in 16 games giving up. But he does walk a lot of guys, 32 walks so far. Brian Wu on the mound for Seattle, career 3.1 ERA. In the month of June, a 2.08 ERA. He went 3-1. Overall, 7-4 record, 2.93 ERA, 101.1 innings. He's eating up a lot of innings, conserving that bullpen. 96 strikeouts, only 17 walks in 16 games. That's just barely over 1 walk per game. I do like those numbers. Give me the Mariners to win this game to cover the spread, and I'll go with the over. And then on MLB Network, 6:40 p.m., the 43-44 Texas Rangers. The Rangers, they've been all over the place this season. Started out this season hot, and then they got awful. Now they're back to being competitive. When you look at this team on paper, one of the better lineups on paper. The bats have been cold this entire season, but believe it or not, the last 2 to 3 weeks, they've actually been scoring some runs. That's the missing link right now. They have a top 3 overall pitching staff in baseball. If they can start hitting, this is going to be a playoff caliber team. They'll be playing the 46-40 San Diego Padres, one of the best rosters in baseball, but they are coming out of a very difficult, very deep NL West. They are second place in the West. The Rangers are third place in the AL West. Right now, Texas, 39.4% chance to win this game. San Diego, a 60.6% chance. The Padres are 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. San Diego, minus 125. The Rangers, plus 105. Right now, that Rangers offense in the last couple weeks, they've gone from 3.3 runs a game up to 3.8. That's not great, but it is an improvement, slowly working its way up. 229 average, 88 home runs, 78 steals. giving up 3.23 runs per game. That is some really good pitching right there. The Padres, 4.1 runs per game. They have the talent. They got to get Fernando Tatis on track. Where he goes, he brings this offense with him. He's the spark there. 245 average, 73 home runs, 58 steals, giving up 3.68 runs per game. Padres can pitch. They can pitch. They have a solid bullpen. They are at home here, but the Rangers, that missing link is that offense. What are the bats going to do this game? Looking at our pitching for the day, we have Kumar Rucker right now on the mound for the Rangers. 3-4 record, 6.13 ERA, 39.2 innings, 37 strikeouts. Obviously, they have one of the best starting rotations in baseball. Rucker's not necessarily one of those guys right now. Randy Vasquez on the mound for the Padres. Solid season, 3-4 record. 3.84 ERA, 84.1 innings, 48 strikeouts. A lot of walks here. 39 walks in 84 innings, practically a walk every other inning. But still, I'm going to go with the Padres to win this game, but I think it's going to be low scoring. Padres win, they cover the spread, but I'm going to go with the under. And on Apple TV at 7:07 p.m., the 42-43 LA Angels. They're not getting any love here. You have to respect the power from this team. They don't pitch well. They're not the best hitting team, but they do hit a lot of home runs. They always have a sluggish chance. They're top 5 in total home runs right now. But they'll be visiting the 48-38 Toronto Blue Jays. One of the last couple weeks this team's had, they've been led by their offense. They don't have the best pitching by any means, but they can score a lot of runs right now. They have a lot of potential on this offense. They finally started to reach that potential during the month of June. Right now, they're second place in the AL West. Flip-flopping with the Yankees there. They've made that division very competitive here, and they've played some really good ball the last couple weeks. The Angels, a 34% chance to win this game. The Blue Jays, a 66% chance. Right now, Toronto, 1.5 run favorites. 9.5 over under. Toronto's minus 165. The Angels are plus 140. Right now, the Angels, 4.3 runs a game. 228 average, 125 home runs. That's top 5 in baseball. 37 steals, giving up 4.56 runs per game. That might not look the best, but you have to remember, 2-3 weeks ago, it was over 5, so they are technically pitching a lot better than they were last month. And the Blue Jays, 4.6 runs a game. That number's been increasing very quickly the last couple weeks. 258 average, 89 home runs, 46 steals, giving up 4.26 runs per game. Kyle Hendricks, the veteran on the mound for the Angels, career 3.86 ERA. Not the best start of his career this season, but he actually pitched pretty well during the month of June. He's a veteran. The guy knows how to pitch around people, know how to pitch in big games. 5-6 record. 4.66 ERA, 87 innings, 60 strikeouts. A lot of hits, though. 90 hits. He is putting guys on base here. You don't want to flirt with disaster with this Toronto team. Right now, the Blue Jays, Eric Lauer on the mound. 4-1 record, 2.6 ERA. Really good start to the season. 45 innings, 45 strikeouts. But I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to go with the Angels pulling off a close upset here to start this series out, going with the plus 1.5, and I'm going to go with the over. And our next game is a AL Central versus AL Central matchup at 7:10 p.m. The 54-33 Detroit Tigers. Some people are saying this is the best team in baseball. If you don't think they're the best team in baseball, they are at least top 2 or 3. They can hit. They have power. They don't have speed, but they have a really good pitching team. Top 5 overall pitching staff. They'll be playing the 40-44 Cleveland Guardians. Even though the Guardians are 4 games under 500, they've been hovering around 500 this entire season. Just above it, just under it. No matter what, they are a competitive squad. Right now, Detroit, 63.9% chance to win this game. First place in the AL Central. Cleveland, they have a 36.1% chance to win. They are third place in the Central. The Tigers are 1.5 run favorites. 8.5 over under. Detroit is minus 110. Cleveland is minus 110. So Vegas is saying there is something here. This is a very close competitive matchup. The Tigers, one of the best offenses in baseball. 5.0 runs per game, 257 average, that's top 5, 110 home runs, that's top 10, 30 steals, only giving up 3.49 runs per game. That's a top 5 overall team pitching staff. The Guardians, 3.7 runs a game, 225 average, 84 home runs, 65 steals, giving up 4.07 runs per game. The last couple weeks, they've been lacking with hitting, they've been lacking with pitching. They got to hit rock bottom, they got to rebound at some point, but they are competitive. Looking at our pitching for the day, no starter announced for the Tigers. Don't forget they had a doubleheader 2 to 3 nights ago. This bullpen's kind of wore out. They've been tested here. This is a really good team, but I hate not knowing who the starter is when we're picking this game. Make sure to check this game out as we get closer to when it's supposed to start, because this could turn into a long reliever game, but we do know who's starting for the Guardians. Slade Ciccone on the mound, 3-3 record, 3.64 ERA, 42 innings, 42 strikeouts. I hate not knowing who's going to start this game for the Tigers, so I just got to pick it with what we know as of right now. I'm going to go with the Guardians winning this one. I'm going to go with the plus 1.5. And I'm going to go with the under. And it's 7:10 p.m. We're going to have the 48-38 Milwaukee Brewers, one of the more rounded teams in baseball, coming off of a really hot month of June. They hit well, they pitch well. They'll be facing off first the 38-46 Miami Marlins, who they played pretty good baseball themselves the last 2 weeks. Right now, Miami 39.1% chance to win this game. The Brewers second place in the NL Central. They have a 60.9% chance to win. Milwaukee 1.5 run favorites, 7.5 over under. The Brewers are minus 116. The Marlins are minus 104. You have to respect both these teams here. The Brewers offense, 4.7 runs a game. And just to show you how balanced it is, 247 average, 84 home runs, 99 steals. That is top 3 in baseball. Smaller market team. They also, just like the Rays, they excel at small ball. And they're only giving up 3.79 runs a game. The Marlins, not a bad offense by any means. Pitching's been pretty questionable, but the pitching actually looked pretty good the last 2 weeks. They went on a little bit of a run there. They're averaging 4.2 runs a game, 254 average. That's really good. 74 home runs, 67 steals, giving up 4.79 runs per game. Looking at the pitching today, you have Quinn Priester right now on the mound for the Brewers, 6-2 record, 3.35 ERA, 78 innings, 61 strikeouts. And the Brewers actually have a pretty decent bullpen, which the Marlins do not. On the mound for the Marlins, the past Cy Young winner, Sandy Alcantara. His season has been a awful season. One that he just wants to forget. Put it behind him. I keep waiting for him to wake up. His arm was very rusty. He was injured for a really long time. Can he ever get back to form? I definitely hope so, because this is not form. 4-8 record. 6.98 ERA. The last 2 starts, 10.95 ERA. 80 innings, 63 strikeouts, 84 hits, 34 walks. He's not giving up that many home runs, but he's given up a whole lot of other runs. Doesn't really matter. He's putting too many guys on base. He's been sloppy, walking guys. Not his best form. I want to root for him. I want him to turn things back on. He's one of the best young pitchers. When he's on, he hasn't been on. I cannot buy it till I see it. Give me the Brewers. Better starting pitcher right now. Better bullpen. Milwaukee wins this one. They cover the spread, and I'll go with the over. And then on MLB Network at 7:15 p.m., the 37-49 Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles, they can't pitch, but they've actually been scoring some runs the last 3 to 4 weeks. Right now, they'll be playing the 39-47 Atlanta Braves. The Braves, you don't really know what to make of this team. They have a great roster. They have a really good lineup. They have pretty decent pitching. Bullpen's very iffy. They're starting to pile up some injuries, but they have been up and down and sideways the entire season. They got to fight their way. They got to claw their way back to 500. Right now, the Braves, 67% chance to win this game. Baltimore, a 33% chance to win. Atlanta, 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. The Orioles are plus 150. The Braves are minus 180. Right now, that Orioles offense kind of on the upswing, 4.2 runs a game, 240 average, younger team, a lot of power here, 101 home runs, 59 steals, giving up 5.01 runs per game. It's bottom 8 in baseball. The Braves right now, 4.1 runs per game, 244 average, 87 home runs, 43 steals, giving up 3.74 runs per game. Zero excuses for the Braves. They have Acuna back. They have Strider back. They got to get things back on track. Looking at our pitching, Charlie Morton going right now for the Orioles. This guy is about 59 years old. He's been pitching for a while, not having a strong start. Probably one of the worst starts of his career. 4-7 record, a 5.63 ERA. 72 innings, 77 strikeouts. He is striking guys out, but 79 hits given up, 34 walks. Not that many home runs, only 10 home runs, but he's putting a lot of guys on base here. If the Braves bats can get hot this game, they can really light things up. And they have Spencer Strider. Had an awful kind of start to coming back this season, but the last couple starts, they have been solid starts. When he's pitching, when he's on, one of the better young, one of the best strikeout pitchers in baseball. 3-6 record, a 3.86 ERA. Do not scoff at that. That number has slowly been coming down. 49 innings, 57 strikeouts, only 5 home runs given up. The Braves win this one. I'm going to go with the Braves winning, covering the spread, and I'll go with the over. And how about this next game at 8:10 p.m.? The worst team in baseball and the second to worst team in baseball. Talking about record-wise, facing off basically the battle to avoid last place in the major leagues. At 8:10 p.m., we have the 28-58 Chicago White Sox. Yes, they don't have the best record. They lost 121 games last season. They're actually a very competitive team for being 28-58. Do not underestimate them. That's the point. Colorado Rockies, 20-67 record right now. They're on pace to lose about 130 to 135 games. The Rockies, 40.7% chance to win this game. The White Sox, a 59.3% chance. The Rockies are second to last worst record in baseball. The Rockies are worst record in baseball by a lot. It's not even close. Right now, the White Sox, 1.5 run favorites, 11.5 over under. Chicago, minus 125. Colorado's plus 105. The White Sox, not the best offense, 3.4 runs a game, .221 average. That is the worst batting average in baseball. 66 home runs, 58 steals, getting a 4.12 runs per game. But the Rockies, they have a bottom 5 offense. They have the worst overall pitching in baseball. They're only averaging 3.5 runs a game. .229 average, 82 home runs. That's not bad. They have power, but it's mostly solo home runs. 47 steals, giving up 5.5 runs per game. That's about 1.35 more than the White Sox. Looking at our pitching today, the Rockies have Antonio Santazella on the mound. 3-11 record. Could possibly get his 12th loss of the year before the All-Star break. 6.69 ERA, 80.2 innings, 42 strikeouts, 125 hits in 80 innings. That is awful numbers. And then Hauser on the mound for the White Sox. This guy was cut by the Mets last season. Since he came up last month, he's been having a really good start to this season. 3-2 record, a 1.9 ERA. Small sample size so far, but pretty good results. 42.2 innings, 31 strikeouts, only 2 home runs in almost 43 innings. That's really good control there. Give me the White Sox to win this one to cover the spread, but I'm going to go with the under this game. Let's head out west for 2 West Divisional number 1 leading teams at 9:10 p.m. We're going to have the 52-35 Houston Astros first place by a lot in the AL West, and the 55-32 Los Angeles Dodgers first place in the NL West. These teams having really good seasons so far, 2 of the best teams in baseball. Right now, the Astros veteran team, 29.6% chance to win this game. The Dodgers, a 70.4% chance. The fans are loving LA. Right now, the Dodgers 1.5 run favorites, 9.5 over under. Los Angeles is minus 175. Houston is plus 145. The Astros, as a veteran team, 4.2 runs a game, 257 average. One of the better batting averages, 93 home runs, 47 steals, a game of 3.49 runs per game. That is no surprise here. They've had really good pitching the last 10 years, basically. The Dodgers, they might have the best overall roster in baseball, but they have a lot of injuries, and they keep piling up, especially when it comes to pitchers. They've had like 15 to 20 pitchers on the DL so far this season. That really affects them, but they're still finding ways to win games, so you can't knock it. 5.6 runs a game, 262 average, 136 home runs. That's number 1 in baseball, just ahead of the Yankees. 47 steals, getting a 4.18 runs per game. There's no starter announced as of right now for the Dodgers. I hate going into games blind, but it is what it is. Probably going to be a bullpen game. Lance McCullers Jr. on the mound for the Astros. This is the worst start of his career. He kind of turned it on for about 2 starts there, then he slid back, but he missed a lot of time. Arm might be a little rusty. Veteran pitcher. He will get things back on track at some point. 1-3 record, 6.61 ERA, 32.2 innings, 40 strikeouts. He's going up against one of the best offenses in baseball, but I hate not knowing who's going to be pitching for the Dodgers. I can't get that out of my mind. I'm going to go with the Astros pulling off the win game 1. Going Houston winning the plus 1.5, and I'm going to go with the under this game. And our second to last game on MLB Network at 9:40 p.m. The 40-47 Kansas City Royals, a bottom 2 offense in baseball, but again, a top 5 overall pitching team. This pitching is good enough for the playoffs. They just got to score some runs. They need some power. One of the worst power hitting teams in baseball. They'll be facing the 43-43 Arizona Diamondbacks. They're in the complete opposite situation. They don't have great pitching, but they can score runs with anyone in baseball. They have power, speed. They can beat you multiple ways, but they do give up a lot of runs. Who's going to pull off the win here? Kansas City right now, 47.5% chance to win this game. Arizona, a 52.5% chance. The Royals are 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. Kansas City is minus 115. Arizona, minus 105. Either one of these teams here can walk away with the win. That Royals offense, bottom 2 in baseball, 3.3 runs a game, 243 average, 58 home runs, 66 steals, giving up 3.49 runs per game. When you can pitch like that, you always have a chance to win these games, even on the road. And the Diamondbacks, one of the best offenses in baseball. 5.2 runs a game, 255 average, 128 home runs. That's top 3 in baseball. 62 steals, giving up 4.7 runs a game. Yes, they give up a lot of runs, but will the Royals be able to capitalize against the Diamondbacks pitching? Right now, Chris Bubic on the mound for the Royals. I feel bad for this guy. Having a great season so far, but he doesn't get run support. 6-6 record. A 2.25 ERA, and he has a 6-6 record. That's just not good enough. 96 innings, 101 strikeouts, only 5 home runs given up in 16 games. This guy's putting up elite numbers. And Eduardo Rodriguez on the mound for the Diamondbacks, 3-4 record, 5.13 ERA, 72 innings, 80 strikeouts. He's given up twice as many runs as Bubic's given up, but his team can score some runs. Give me the Diamondbacks to win this game. I'm going to go with the plus 1.5, and I'm going to go with the under. And our final game on MLB Network at 10:05 p.m., the 46-41 San Francisco Giants. Not the best last couple weeks. This team doesn't have the best offense. It's not a bad offense, but they are known for their crazy elite pitching. They'll be facing off first the 36-53 Athletics. The Athletics, this game is going to be in Sacramento. Smaller park, minor league stadium here, so there might be some more home runs than usual. Right now, the A's a 41.2% chance to win this game. The Giants a 58.8% chance to win. The Giants are 1.5 run favorites, 10.5 over-under. That's a massive over-under. San Francisco's minus 130. The Athletics are plus 110. That Giants offense, 4.1 runs per game, 230 average, 81 home runs, 45 steals, only giving up 3.42 runs per game. They have the starting rotation. They have the bullpen. They can bring those things with them on the road here. The A's, 4.1 runs per game, 248 average, a very good power hitting team, 110 home runs when you're pitching against them. You got to make sure, have great control, keep the ball in the ballpark, and they're beatable. 49 steals, getting a 5.33 runs per game. Awful pitching right now. The Giants, they got to capitalize here, score some runs, get that offense back on track. Justin Verlander pitching for the Giants. One of the best pitchers in modern baseball right now. He's just pitching for stats right now. He doesn't need the money. But he hasn't gotten a win yet. He has a 0-5 record. Get this guy his first win of the season. 4.26 ERA, 67.2 innings, 55 strikeouts. JP Sear going for the A's 6-7 record, 5.09 ERA, 86.2 innings, 67 strikeouts. It is almost the All-Star break. Maybe this is the start where the Giants give Justin Verlander some run support. I'm going to go with him getting his first win. Giants win. They cover the spread. And I'm going to go with the over here. Guys, that's our breakdown, our picks and predictions and best bets for all of our baseball games coming up for Friday, July 4th. Happy July 4th. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. If you have any comments, do you agree with me, disagree with me? What are your thoughts on these games? Make sure to let me know down below, and I will make sure that I respond to every single comment. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, look down at the pinned comment below. Click on that link. You can sign up there, and of course, thank you for watching.